Welcome back for some more on Sons of the Forest. Now, if you don't know, Sons of the Forest 1.0 release is tomorrow at the time of release of this video. It is coming on the 22nd of February, just under a year after its initial launch into early access. Now, this comes with an absolutely amazing amount of new features. We've already covered most of the features that we see in the trailer in a video in the top right. But if you don't know, the devs have confirmed some features that we may have missed and some things that weren't actually shown in the trailer. There's a load more features that will be coming with 1.0. I'm very excited, so make sure you stick around for that. Subscribe to the channel. Let's have a look at what the devs are bringing to Sons of the Forest in their 1.0 release. We are finally also going to have a complete artifact. There's been many pieces of the artifact dropped over the previous updates, and we will have a guide coming out on where you can find every single piece of the artifact to create it just a few days after the launch. Hopefully, maybe the day after. We'll have to wait and see. Now, the artifact is something that we know nothing about, but I'd imagine it's going to be something along the lines of the original artifact in the original game. Maybe something even better. We'll have to wait and see. Very excited to see what this does, though. This could be really cool, especially with some of the cannibals and the friends that we've got on the island. It could work really well, and I can see a lot of different uses for it. Now, they're also adding a whole host of new POIs and environmental storytelling all over the island through cannibal camps and bunkers that are half sort of pre-built and started that construction phase before things went horribly wrong. You'll be able to explore a few of these as well to find some new items, some more environmental storytelling, and of course, just the exploration of bunkers in this game is terrifying but so much fun at the same time. And alongside that, there's going to be various elements that are live actions. So you could see an old teammate flashing a flare that you could see off in the distance. That means you can go over there. There'll be a little something that happens and you'll get some bits and bobs from around it. As well as cannibals now. If they are active in their camp and their fire is lit, you'll be able to see the smoke plume from that. But when their fire isn't lit, you won't see that smoke. Or if you go over to the actual cannibal camp and destroy all the cannibals there, that fire will then go out and you'll no longer see that smoke plume in the sky, which I think is really cool and makes the map feel a hell of a lot more lively, more lived, and like there's actual threats dotted all over the place.
What is this place?
Timmy will finally have a voice, and that is going to be voiced by Shawn Ashmore. He's been in various movies and has started voice acting in a lot of games. Now that is a really cool feature. There's another voice actor coming to the game as well, who's going to be voicing the main bad guy. And the main bad guy will also be voice acted now as well. That'll be voice acted by Huan, this dude here. Apologies, I'm not going to attempt to butcher the name. But that's definitely going to add a more eerie and bad guy feel to it. Alongside that, they're going to be adding a lot of something that the team is really good at, and that is environmental storytelling about the bad guy and how he has sort of come into play, what he's started and what he's working on. There'll be a lot of environmental storytelling through the GoPro footage and through lots of artifacts and bits and bobs that you'll find of paperwork dotted around the island, alongside some new POIs. They've also introduced a bunch of new enemies, such as Legsy and Holy. Legsy is, well, it's all eggs. They are going to be found throughout the wild and in caves, same as Holy. Holy is pretty much something similar to what Cowman was in the first game, and looks pretty interesting. Definitely deadly. They're just like the blubbers that you see as well, slow moving, but that really fast final attack, and really damaging as well. They've also added cannibal armor, which will also now be on the heavies, which is going to make those a hell of a lot more difficult to take down. You're really going to have to think about what weapons you're using in what scenarios, and not wasting too much ammo on these guys. But having some of the armor on those, as well as the smaller guys, is going to make cannibal camps definitely something more interesting. They've also drastically improved endgame with going through these hell caves. All the hell caves have been updated and revamped, so they feel a lot more deadly and a lot scarier. Being able to go through them now, obviously with Timmy with you as well, which will help you out. You have some voice there, somebody to talk to. Well, maybe he won't talk too much going through there, but he will be talking a lot because there's a hell of a load of new cutscenes that involve Timmy towards the end game. There'll also be some new cutscenes dotted throughout the storyline of the actual bad guy themselves, as well as Shawn doing some more voice acting there, which is going to be really cool. And definitely add to the atmosphere and the storytelling. The storytelling was always pretty damn good, I thought, but now having a lot more cutscenes and actual voices behind things is definitely going to make it more interesting. Another thing we saw in the trailer was the actual glide launcher, which looks so much fun. I can't wait to build that at the highest point in the game, launch my ass off, and then see where we go. But the glide launcher will allow you to pretty much step on it, and you'll fly up into the air, and then you'll be able to glide down wherever you want, which is really cool, and definitely helps you if you've got a base that's lower down the map. Another way to traverse the map is the new improved golf buggies. Now, the golf buggies are already in the game on the far side of the map. You can go over and pick one of those up and take it wherever you want, which was a bit of a pain in the arse at first, because they don't go off-road too well. But that's good, because now they've improved the pathways of the map. There's a lot more pathways all over the island, which will allow you to drive your buggy around a lot more efficiently. And it also has a GPS, as well as a radio, so you now actually be able to see where you're going. POIs will pop up on the map as you're driving along, and you can listen to some banging tunes. And also another thing that we saw in the trailer, and that is the raccoons. Now, they'll act as every other animal in the game. You can hunt them, they've got their own sort of path in, they wander around, they do their own thing. You can hunt them, skin them, hang them up on your walls, and you can eat them. So, nice to have something new to tackle, other than the bloody squirrels. They've also added proximity chat, which is really cool because it also changes as you go through different environments. So going through a cave is going to be more echoey, going underwater is going to be more muffled. Out in the open, you'll be able to hear relatively clearly, but if you go too far apart from each other, then you're not going to be able to hear each other at all, which really, really cool in Sons of the Forest, and I think will definitely freak out those cave moments if you start screaming down the mic at your friends, or when you're wandering through the forest at night. That could be quite fun. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed. Are you excited about Sons of the Forest 1.0 release? Let me know down in the comments below. For now though, we're going to wrap that one up there, and we'll see you tomorrow with some more Sons of the Forest.